Hey class, so this is just a short tutorial on how to log into your online textbook. This is going to be the same whether you are in Algebra 1 or in Algebra 2. It's the same company, and your books are separately assigned to you. So the first thing that you're going to do is go, whether you're on a laptop or an iPad, is go to Savvas, S-A-V-V-A-S, realize.com. And it'll bring you to this page, and then click sign in. If you're on your iPad, I want you to go up to the box with the arrow and click add to home screen. Okay, so that will make it one of your apps on your iPad, so you don't actually have to go to the web browser each time. If you are on your laptop, please bookmark it. Okay, next we need to sign in. So all of your logins are your first name, and I actually messed mine up, so I have 2 dots, but yours is one. First name dot last name, and the year you graduate. Mine's 2007, don't judge. And then everyone's password is Chills 2020. That way we don't forget our passwords. And I'm not really gonna put much graded stuff on here, so it's mostly for a resource, so don't worry about other people knowing your password. It's going to bring you to this front page, this initial page. You only have to do this once. It says choose a preferred language, English, pick a profile. I don't know, I'm going to be the monkey. Pick a background image. Oh, flowers are pretty. And then you can preview it if you want, but it's fine. Let's go. So the background just shows up there. So there's 3 things that you have here. The first is your book, and we'll get to that in a minute. If you just generally want to look something up in your book, you're going to click on this green button first. The second thing is your classes. So you were inside. I've already put you into my course. So I can assign you things to do in here. And anytime I want you to do something, this is where it will show up. So I'm going to click on the September 4th Algebra 2 class. And it brings you to your class, White 1 Algebra 2 in this case. It could be Honors Algebra 1 or my other section of Algebra 2. And your assignments are here. It'll tell you how many you've not started, how many are in progress, and how many you've completed. So the first thing is an entry-level assessment. This is like a pretest, so when I click on it, it says I haven't started it. Up here it tells you when it's going to be due. It also tells you what to do once you're finished. If you add a comment in here, I probably won't see it, so I would suggest not to do that. But all of this information would also be in Schoology if I assigned it to you. So you're going to click on the entry-level assessment, click Start, and then you're going to, go through the questions. So choose the point of the coordinates of the point U. Well, that looks like -1, D, and I click Next. And so you can see there's 40 questions here. You can review the progress at the end and then submit your test when you're done. It tells you which ones are correct, which ones are not correct. All right, then we can go back. Now it says I've completed this assignment. In theory, I would like you to actually answer all the questions that are assigned to you, but for time's sake, I won't do that. The second part is a lesson. So if I click on this lesson, I have assigned multiple parts from the lesson. So this is one lesson about patterns and expressions. All of these things are part of that lesson. They are not long, so they will probably take you a couple minutes each. The first one is a solve it. And so you'll see that there's arrows at the very bottom of your screen. So you can move to the next screen, and this will be something that's read to you, or that you can read yourself. And it stops periodically, usually to ask you a question. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. You can see here the solution. And so it depends on what we're doing, but different things will do different tasks. You can submit it. I'll turn it in. All right, great. Then we can go back to the key concept. So you're always going to keep going back and click on the next thing that's there for you. So here's a key concept. This is just something you would put in your notes. You don't have to do anything here. A variable, a numerical expression. Click, all right, I got it. I turned it in. And the turn it in really just means, yes, I've looked at this, okay? Next is a problem, all right? So we can click play.
In this problem, you will identify.
They'll read the thing to you. You can turn down the volume if you want to. And there's always a thing at the bottom that tells you how many pages is there. Here is another question. We can look at our answer choices. You decide. You can look at the correct answer. Okay, you got it. If you notice up at the top, I'm also progressing through. So I could click check and turn in. And then I could go to number 4. Okay. This is Virtual Nerd, so all the Virtual Nerd videos correspond with this textbook. So you can open this. You have selected a link that will take you away from Savvas Realize. Click OK. And then it brings you to a Virtual Nerd video, which is just a set of videos that this woman has made, and they tie directly with your textbook. So here you could listen to the video. We won't do that. To get back, you just go back to the other tab, all right? Then this is another. So this is an app you can download on your iPad, the Realize Reader, or you can just click the link and it opens up. This is like a screenshot of your actual textbook, okay? So these are practice problems. I might say do numbers 8, 9, and 10 from this. You would do them on paper or on Notability, and you can look at it that way. And so it tabs through all your problems. Again, go back to Savvas Realize when you're done. And then the end is a lesson quiz, similar to the one we did in the beginning, that's about the content. So this pattern shows 4 squares. Sure. I'm not even reading the question, so hopefully I get them right. And submit your test. All right. And so when you're back in your original page, you should see completed next to all these things, and then turn it all in. You can just say turn it all in if you've been watching the video. And so back in your assignments, it will say, it says I completed both, okay? The entry-level assessment, I got a 3% on. Oh, great. And so if you notice, if you don't do well on one of those types of quizzes, it's going to give you what they call remediation or extra practice. So that's what this assignment is here. Because I did poorly, it's giving me extra practice, okay? And so you can click through those things in the same way. I will tell you if you need to do the extra practice. I will tell you if there's an assignment in here, so you don't always need to be checking it. But I just want you to know these things are here. You can also access the Virtual Nerd tutorials on the right-hand side here. If you go to Browse, however, this is your book. So you can click on the picture of the book. All the chapters are here. Within each chapter, you can open up the section. You can read any of the or listen to any of the examples, just like we did before. You can take the lesson quizzes on your own if I don't, assign them. So the entire book is at your disposal. And you can also just click on this top one, which just brings you to the actual book. If you just want to read the pages that would normally be in your book, you're clicking on that very top button that says e-text, and then this is just exactly what your book looks like. And voila. I do have a few hard copy books. If you prefer, you can sign one out for the year, but we can't be sharing books, so this will be your go-to most of the time, and you do have to know how to get in here. All right, so go ahead and sign it.